Na real life be this, no be film oh. Do you understand? Da 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 da. Lonely, lonely, lonely. Money on my mind. Money, money, money. Don't care what they yarning about me in particular. Go come me. Out here on the road chasing my dream because I know no one will chase it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're viewing me from and wherever you're hearing me from. My name is OLAIDE, and I am your host on BBL Show, baby. Before we start, shall we do a little prayer? Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, bless my mouth, bless Berlin, bless Germany, bless Nigeria, bless the whole world, and to top it up, bless BBL Show, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a story. There was a boy, a very little boy, started life very good, had amazing family, grew up in a nice neighborhood, had amazing friends. He had 20 friends. Please don't forget, he had 20 friends. They play together, they do tinko together, they do suwe together, they skipped rope together, had amazing childhood memory. Eventually, this little boy wasn't so little anymore. He gained admission into the university. His friends became 10. Eventually, life happened. He grew up, chose to be famous, chose the life that he loved, chose the path that he loves. Eventually, his friends became very few, and each day by day, they keep getting fewer. This little boy worked hard. He worked hard and had it all. Wealth, money, riches, children, everything. He had it all. But then, he was still lonely. So the question is, how can you have it all and still be lonely? I ask myself that question. I don't know. How can you have it all and still be lonely? Ladies and gentlemen, on today's episode of BBL, we are going to be talking about lonely at the top. You see, being lonely at the top should actually be being lonely in life. Because if you're lonely at the top, then that means you are lonely in life. Your life is the top. And loneliness doesn't just come to the rich. It happens to the rich and it happens to the poor. Now let's talk about being lonely, being famous, being rich, which means loneliness for the rich. This young boy, what happened to the 20 friends? How did 20 friends become so few? Life happened. Probably different dreams, different mindsets. Eventually, street might change. Yeah? But for this little boy, he had a dream. He even read a book. In the book, it states, you have to be successful. Success is everything. Maybe you work hard. If you work hard enough, you'll be much more successful. Probably you have to run. But then, you have to be successful. And this little boy's dream was just to be successful. He did everything. He read the book, followed the book. He ran when he had to. He walked when he was supposed to. He even jumped when he was supposed to jump. And eventually, he became famous. But you see, one thing that wasn't written in the book is up there, the hair is very thin. Very, very thin. Up there, it gets way, way lonelier than down here. Now, I want you to please listen to this and listen well. When you're thinking about the top, please think about it as your life as a person. When you're not whole as a person, you will be lonely. At that point, you keep looking for validation from people. You keep running the race of wanting to please people. But then, how can you please the people when you haven't pleased yourself? Loneliness comes as a spirit. It is in here. It starts from the inside. But what they don't say is, hair is thin at the top. The higher you climb, the fewer people understand you. The fewer people get your race. The fewer people you have with you. Because you yourself are not whole. And when you're not whole, you are going to notice the fewer your friends become. You are going to notice the few activities you engage yourself in. Because you yourself, as a person, you are not whole. When you fill up yourself, yeah, you wouldn't know what is called loneliness because you are not going to be alone. You're going to have your happiness to stand with you. You're going to have your peace of mind to stand with you. Because each day by day, when we keep growing, the loneliness keeps growing too. Because the more your dreams keep getting bigger, fewer people keeps understanding you. What happened to the little boy's 20 friends? Dream changed. Probably visions changed. And when your vision is changing, yeah, and you're not surrounding yourself with your own people that could align with your type of vision, you are going to be lonely at the top. And I mean, you are going to be lonely in life. Which means when you're running your race, yeah, you have to associate yourself with people that could run your race with you. Now, you might be a public figure. All your friends might not be a public figure, yeah? But you have to have the same vision or almost the same vision, which is if your goal is to be at the top, the people you have with you, their goal should be being at the top. When you have your own people, probably the people that you grow up together, you drag them alongside with you. I know there are some people that their destiny cannot be dragged. I'm not even talking about those people right now. I am talking about people that have the same vision as you, which is being great, which is being successful. Because in everything you do, if your goal is not to be successful, then what are you doing it for? When you're growing, if you grow with people that have the same vision as you are, you cannot be lonely at the top. Because when you're on the red carpet, probably you at Grammy, you're not going to be the only person at Grammy. You could be at Grammy, being an artist, and your friend could be at Grammy being a producer, or your friend could be at Grammy. All of you could be at the same red carpet together. But when you align yourself with people that don't share the same vision as you, definitely you are going to be standing at Grammy alone. You will be standing at that top alone. And the funny thing is, loneliness doesn't come due to absence of people. It comes due to absence of connection. It comes due to absence of relationship. You know, if you lose yourself, you will be lonely. Be it at the top, be it in your life. If you lose your connection, you will be lonely. If you lose your touch, you will be lonely. So many things comes up with being lonely. Now that is loneliness for the rich. Let's talk about loneliness for the poor, because take it or you leave it here. Either you are being lonely inside AC, or you are being lonely inside the heat, One thing that both of them, or one thing that the two parties have in common is loneliness. When you do not associate yourself with your right set of people, you will be lonely. Not just in your work, not just in your craft, not just in your day in, day out activity, you will be lonely. When you don't build your dream with people that share the same goal as yours, you will be lonely. Eventually, you'll be the only person thinking. You'll be the only person doing the decision making, because you did not associate yourself with your right set of people, the people that your journey needs to grow. If you associate yourself with somebody that could help you think, that your mindset could at least align together, your journey as a person is gonna be easy, innit? Those friends that you've had that don't share the same vision as you, they will drift away. Because eventually that's when they will tell you, oh, now he's being too proud. The vision is not the same. At that point, whatever you say becomes pride. At that point, what you do becomes, he's doing too much. Because you do not associate yourself with the same set of people that has the same set of goal that you have, which is making it. They will keep pulling you back. You know? So I guess part of those 20 friends, their vision stopped. They stopped planning. They stopped thinking. So you have to be careful of the type of people that you move your movement with, the type of people that you work with. Success does not just build dreams. Success does not just build career. It builds walls. And I keep saying it, if you do not have the type of people that you need for your journey, you are going to have that wall. Mindset changed. Dreams changed. You know? At that point, you are going to be lonely, not because you want to be lonely, but because nobody understands what you carry. Nobody understands the weight of what is in your head. Nobody understands it. You know? You have to always associate yourself with people that shares your dream, that shares your motivation, that shares your passion, which is to thrive in life, to thrive in whatever it is you lay your hands on, you know? Always very important. If not, you are going to be lonely in life, which means lonely at the top, you know? And the funny thing is, in life, sometimes the higher you rise, the more difficult it is for you to get real connections. I'm a very big fan of you staying with your day ones. Trust me. My circle is really very small, and the reason is because it is not just easy to build up a new relationship, you know? Be it a relationship with a boy or a relationship with a girl. It is not easy. You have to start afresh, starting to get to know the person, starting to understand the person, starting to trust the person, and etc., etc. You have to start afresh. And the higher you rise, the fewer people that will understand you. But then if you already have somebody that has already understood you, that you share the same vision with, that you share almost the same passion with, you wouldn't need to rebuild, because loss in connection causes loneliness. When you fall out of relationship with somebody, someone that you used to be close with before, probably wealth or success or fame, built this distance between the both of you, you are gonna be lonely. And if earlier you know that, the higher you rise in life, the harder it gets for you to connect with people. Because then you don't know who to trust. You might not know who to talk to. You might not know who is going to keep it on 100 with you. You might not know who truly loves you as a person. Who truly loves you as a person. You might not know who truly loves you, what your dream, who truly loves your ambition, you know? And the more distance real connection feels, the more lonelier you feel. Loneliness is not just something you are just going to say, I'm going to sit in front of the TV today and I'm on Netflix and chill. It just doesn't work like that. When you have a proper planning, you wouldn't be lonely in your field. Even if you just got out of a breakup right now, it will be very easy for you to snap out of it because what is gone, right? A lot of people chase success. They run after recognition. They want achievement. But they forget the cost of all this. They forget the sacrifices. But all the sacrifice, all the cost, the price shouldn't be loneliness. The price for all this shouldn't be loneliness. When you're at the top, you're supposed to enjoy life. You are supposed to enjoy life. You are supposed to enjoy yourself, which means there is some certain stage you will get to in life before you start to enjoy yourself. Because at that point, little things are going to worry you. Very, very few things are going to worry you. At that point, loneliness becomes a thing of forgotten because you yourself, you are a whole. You are complete. When you're complete, you can only give. Do you understand? When you're complete, you can only give. At that point, you will be single, but you're sharing so much love. At that point, you are lonely, but you're happy. Because to me, loneliness should be, I'm single. Probably, I'm rolling alone on the bed. But then not being lonely in life, not being lonely in journey, But when you complete yourself, when you yourself see yourself as a whole, loneliness can never come up. It can never. And the thing is, being famous comes with a whole lot of sacrifices. The weight you carry is different. People expect you to be perfect. People expect you not to make mistakes. At that point, you need somebody to talk to. And that might be the point where you have absolutely nobody to talk to. But then when you yourself are a whole, when you see yourself as a complete package, when you see the wholesome in you, you will stay in front of the mirror and you speak to yourself. You have a conversation with yourself. Like that, you are going to find way out. Trust me. Because you complete yourself. Any other person that is coming is just adding to it. And if you can figure out how not to be lonely in your life, you can figure out how not to be lonely at the top. You can figure out how not to be lonely at your business. You can figure out how not to be lonely in anything you lay your hands on. Trust me. You have to figure out how not to be lonely in life. Which all starts with you as a person. You have to build up good people around you. And you have to stop burning bridges. You got to stop burning bridges. There are just some conversation that, okay, we'll fix. If you burn this bridge, if you burn that bridge, where I'm from, there is an adage that says, Igi yo da yono, igi omo da yono, ngbawo golonje to fe jino. The bridges you're burning, you do not know. Maybe that is what is going to keep you company at the end. And one thing I want us to have at the back of our mind is, really, loneliness at the top is loneliness in life, yeah? And I would beg and plead for you to build up good people surround you. Trust me. Because nobody reigns forever. And the earliest you know that nobody reigns forever, the better for you. That craft you are good at, somebody else is better than you that is already in the making. But you see, when you try your best to build up good people surround you, yeah, they are not going to kick you off so fast. Which still comes back to you being lonely at the end. Know this, you are very good. You are world best. You are the best at it. At that game, nobody beats you. But know this, somebody else is in the making. You might not have heard about that person before, or maybe know about it, but there is somebody else in the making. There was somebody before you. Innit? And at the point when you realize that, you will build up good people surround you. You build up good careers. Because you are not going to be lonely at the top. Even when you stop raining, you have somebody that's going to pull you up. I don't know if I'm making sense. Build good people surround you. Not just around your career, surround your life. At least try to pick loyalists. You will know a real one when you see one. You will know. When you see a real one, do not lose it. Because if you keep burning the bridges between you and people, you will be lonely at the top. Nobody would want to associate with you. You know? It isn't just fame that causes loneliness. Bad characters causes loneliness. Really. When your habit stinks, you are gonna be lonely. And note this, lonely at the top is lonely in life because the top is your life. Everybody is aspiring to be at the top. Everybody want to be at the top. Note this, the hair at the top is so thin. You know? So many competitions up there at the top. But when you have real ones with you, you have somebody that will at least cheer for you. You know? You will have somebody that will at least cheer for you. And please, for the sake of God, be a good team player. When you are, some people right in their presence, they are lonely. There are some absent-minded loneliness and there are some present-minded loneliness. Like you are lonely right standing in front of you. You do not even have people that can vouch for you. That is loneliness. When you do not have people that can vouch for you means you are lonely. Loneliness is not just, oh, there is nobody that is going to tell me I love me. I like that. I love me. You know? When you are a good team player, you definitely cannot be lonely. Even if it is just one person with cheer by your side. You know? Because how can you have it all and still be lonely? How? But loneliness comes from the inside. And it could be cured from the inside. Fix your person. Be a good person. Start by being a good person. When you're a good person, you are going to be good to yourself. When you're being good to yourself, you will know what it is to be good to other people. When you're good to other people, tell me, how do you want to be lonely? Let me use myself as an example. I've been single for 3 years now. But I'm not lonely. I'm just single, but not lonely. There is a very big difference between being single and being lonely. I have kids that cheer me up. Me, myself, I cheer myself up. And my circle is really small, but then I make sure that I associate myself with the people that I might need, or the people that I will need, or the people that needs me. So they won't be lonely and I won't be lonely, you know. Fame has a price. And the price doesn't need to be being lonely. Still, as I've said before, success can build dreams. At the same time, it can build walls. And those walls is very hard to fight because you're just there alone. You have no good people surrounding you. You are lonely. There is nobody that can vouch for you. You are lonely. You're famous. You're enjoying your fame alone. You are lonely. You are successful. You're enjoying your success alone. You are lonely. You're knowledgeable. You're enjoying your knowledge alone. You are lonely. You just got to pick what type of loneliness you have. Trust me. When you know something that could help somebody else and you're not doing it, you're directly and indirectly hurting yourself too. You are lonely. A knowledge that is not shared is loneliness. You know what I'm saying? So, what is the point? The point of having it all. but still being lonely. The point of being at the top, but still being lonely. You know? How can you have money and you're still lonely? You can use it to buy all the companion you want. Loneliness is something of the inside. I cannot cure your loneliness. I can only cure mine. You know, I can share with you today a few tricks that I used in overcoming my loneliness. Because trust me, what I've been through, what I've gone through, what I've seen, is enough to make somebody lonely for the rest of their life. But I overcame it like nothing happened. Because what? I had to find myself. First, when you find yourself, you will know your good and the bad. You will know when you're happy and when you're sad. You will know when to be happy and when to be sad. You will know absolutely when you are supposed to. Find yourself. When you find yourself, you are complete. Anybody that is coming is just adding up to it. Anything that is coming next is just etc. Because you as a person is complete. Wholesome or holiness. When you're whole as a person, when you're complete. And being complete as a person is not, now you're rich, now you're influential, now you have this, now you have that. No. I am talking about you knowing yourself, completing yourself. You know for real that you are complete. You are genuinely happy. Find yourself, you will be genuinely happy. So you will know that when you laugh, you're not laughing to prove a point. You're laughing because you're genuinely happy. You know what I'm saying? Holiness. Build up good people around you. Always try, no matter how hard it is. Always try to build up good people around you. They will not just make your journey faster. They would let your reign last for long, because when you're not lonely at the top, you stay long at the top. Which means when you're not lonely in life, you enjoy life some more. You add some extra years to your life because then you laugh well. And when you're crying, you cry well. Because you're not trying to prove a point. You have to find yourself first. So, loneliness is going to be a thing of the forgotten. You know what I'm saying? And it's a powerful reminder that success without companionship or inner peace can feel emptier than failure with solidarity. Please, when I say success without companionship, I'm not talking about your spouse. I'm not talking about your partner now. I'm talking about you as a person. You have to find your inner peace. When you find your inner peace, how do you want to be lonely? How? Find your inner peace. Build yourself with real people that you need. Build yourself with the people that your journey needs, the genuine people that you need, the circle that you need. Stop burning bridges. Complete yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you can cure your loneliness as a person, loneliness in your life, you can cure loneliness at your place of work. You can cure loneliness in your craft, because then you'll be much more creative. Trust me. Let me tell you something. Imagine you are poor. Poor. But you have something in common with the rich. You have something in common with the rich. And it is not being smart, being active. It is loneliness. How can you have loneliness in common with the rich and you don't know how to get out of it? Let me give you people an example. Here in Germany, to me, they have everything. With the look of things, they are much more comfortable. Germans are much more comfortable than Nigerians, innit? They have everything. They even have snow. But we don't. There was one time that they said snow was falling in River State. You knew how many people wanted to go to River State just to go and see the snow that was falling in River State. But here in Germany, they have it all. The technology, the weather. Like a lot of people tour and come to Germany because they could take nice picture. You know, the blue sky, the clear ocean, and etc., etc. They have the good healthcare. Germany has one of the best healthcare in the world. One of the things that you could ever think of. They have one of the best equipments when it comes to healthcare. They don't joke with their children. They don't joke with their citizens. They have it all. You can be a German citizen and be stuck in Africa. Yeah, maybe there is a war or something. You're going to be part of the people they are going to evacuate first. They will fly down there just to get you out being a German citizen. To cut the long story short, they have it all. Money, German passports. They even have German passports. Do you know what it takes to get German passports? They have German passports. Like a lot of people are killing themselves trying to come to Germany just for greener pasture, that eventually sometimes in the nearest future they too will have German passports. But the Germans, they get it automatically by birth. German passport is one of the best, highest respected passports in the whole world. Like one of the citizen of what country you can be is German citizen. Trust me. They have it all. But then look at them in the bus, in the train. Hi. Smile. They say, show me your 32. Smile. For Christ's sake, but no. All over their face, you're going to see loneliness. It's written all over their face. Loneliness. Why? How? What you see in Nigeria. So broke. But always happy. Just have internet. And just find one article in Nigeria. You will enjoy yourself. You will laugh. You will laugh away the loneliness. Do you guys understand what I just explained now? The Germans have it all, but you will hardly see them happy. You will hardly see them smile. But we Nigerians, we don't have 1% of what they have. We Africans, we don't have half of what they have. But you know what we have that they don't have? Is happiness, is wholeness. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe you're understanding me. You know, back to what I was saying. How can you have something in common with the rich and you as the poor that you have everything to lose? You're not snapping out of it. You don't know how to get yourself out of it. And trust me, when you stop being lonely, you have more creative idea. Like that, you're going to get yourself out of that thinking of you being poor. Because I ain't nobody being poor. It's either you're being poor in your pocket or you're being poor in knowledge. So now it's two things. Are you being poor in your pocket? Yes, you are. But then are you knowledgeably poor? If you're not knowledgeably poor, which means you can make it in life. You can be anything. How can you have it all and still be lonely? But major people are broke and they are happy. You have to find the happiness in yourself. There are so many things that could cause loneliness. So many things. There are emotional loneliness. There's social loneliness, existential loneliness, when you're feeling disconnected from meaning or purpose. You see, this doesn't relate to you being rich or poor. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about all these things. So please, guys, have this at the back of your mind. Complete yourself. When you complete yourself, you can never be lonely. Because anybody that is coming is just coming to add. You already have what that person is bringing, but it's always good to have some more. You already have the peace of mind, whatever the person is bringing, but you already have it, but it's good to have some more. You're already famous, yeah, because you've already built yourself to that place that you are. You've helped yourself to that place that you are, but it's good to have some more, which means build good people surrounding you. You know, you are already rich. You're already rich. You see now, you see I'm smiling. I'm already complete, but one message coming now, didn't it add to this smile? What message that coming now, we don't know, but I'm already complete. I was happy before the message popped up. And now I'm seeing the message, I'm seeing sent you a chat, and I'm like, do you understand? When you're whole, you will make yourself happy. You cannot be lonely, trust me. Your environment is going to make fun to you. It's going to be happy for you. You know what I'm saying? So, please, guys, once you note this, loneliness does not just come from your craft. It comes from you as a person. You know? Have this at the back of your mind. Note this. Build people, good people surround you. Yeah? And your journey is going to be much more smoother. At that point, when you are at the top, you are going to enjoy your life. You will enjoy every minute of it. That is why most people they feel like, God, me that I'm famous already, can there just be a time that I will just stop being famous so I can do things that genuinely make me happy? Those things you were doing when you were not famous are not the things that genuinely made you happy. It was because you were doing them as a whole. It is still the same person then, and it's still the same person now. It's just a different environment. Your friends has changed because their vision changed or their goals changed. Yeah? Where I'm from, there is an adage that says, Ogun omode o le sere fogun odun. Do you understand it? Which means by the time you are all alone, you shouldn't be all alone. Because loneliness should just be a term for you being single, or probably you don't have a boyfriend or you don't have a girlfriend. It shouldn't be you being lonely in your life. It shouldn't be your work being lonely. It shouldn't be your craft being lonely. It shouldn't be your day in, day out activities being lonely. At that point, you know you have yourself, and you yourself, you are enough. First, you need to have yourself. You need to be enough for yourself. When you're enough for yourself, you can give. When you're enough for yourself, you know anybody that is coming is just adding up to it. You know what I'm saying? So please, guys, know this. You're not lonely in your journey. The person that you need, you already have. The setup that you need, you already have, which is you. Find things to keep you busy. Find things that genuinely make sense to you. Do things that genuinely makes you happy. Stop doing things for social media, because the more you keep doing things for social media, you will keep being lonely. And trust me, now real life be this, no be film. Oh. Do you understand? You have to know that now real life be this, no be film. Oh. The earliest you know that, you will take your life seriously. You take your journey seriously. At that point, you'll be able to conquer so many things, because now real life be this, someone no be film. Oh. And how you want your story to end is lying right in your hands. How you want to be staying at the top is right in your hands. How you want to be standing at the top is right in your hands. With whom you are going to be standing at the top is right in your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, being lonely at the top is being lonely in life. If you can figure out how not to be lonely in your life, you will figure out how not to be lonely at the top. If you can figure out how not to be lonely at the top, trust me, you are whole. You are fulfilled. At that point is when you're famous. At that point is when you accomplish. At that point is when you have it all. So please, don't forget, find yourself, build good communications, don't burn bridges, be a good team player, understand yourself as a whole, understand your mission, understand your goal, understand your journey, and trust me, you will not be lonely. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I pray God cure your loneliness and He cures mine too. Have a lovely week. Bye, guys.